The Denver Press Club's been awarding scholarships since at least the mid-1950s. We have newspaper reports, our own records that suggest that we have awarded scholarships to at least 150 students, likely much more, and in total, including this year's amount, awarded over $175,000 in scholarships. And they all go to student journalists at a Colorado college or university.
Hello, my name is Joyce Lee Webb. I am a senior at UCCS this year in Colorado Springs, and I am a major in philosophy and English with a rhetoric and writing emphasis. Ever since from a young age, I was really adamant about writing, and I love expressing myself through words, but I thought journalism was a great way to get into advocacy to ultimately help people.
My name is Robert Tann. I'm an incoming senior at the University of Colorado Boulder. I'm majoring in journalism, and I'm doing a minor in technology, art, and media. I always knew that I enjoyed writing, and I enjoyed storytelling, and I enjoyed listening to people's stories and just the whole aspect of communicating with other people and learning about themselves and the world around you.
My name is Isaac Vargas. I graduated from the University of Denver this spring with double majors in political science and journalism. I went to Denver School of the Arts here in Denver, where I majored in creative writing. And there I was able to just kind of really develop my skills as a writer and fall in love with the art of telling stories, of creating stories.
My name is Melanie Velasquez. I graduated from Colorado State University-Pueblo this summer, 2020. I have my bachelor's in mass communication and journalism. My mom always gave me the love of books. You can read a book and just escape, and a well-written book can just jump out of the pages. And I thought, if you learn how to do that, you can tell stories to anybody.
My name is Bailee Campbell. I am a recent graduate of the University of Northern Colorado. My major was journalism and my emphasis was strategic communications, and I have a minor in art and design. I got my first camera when I was 14, and I fell in love with the craft, and I really became infatuated with being a source of confidence for people.
My name is Brooke Buchan. I just graduated from Colorado State University with a journalism and media communications degree. And I am an aspiring photojournalist and videographer. And I liked that freedom and flexibility to pursue different types of storytelling and different types of media like photo and video and writing at the same time.
I'm Heather Davis, and I am a student at Metropolitan State University of Denver. I'm majoring in journalism with a minor in criminal justice. I was working for independent authors and a small publishing house, and my advisor asked me, she's like, have you ever thought of journalism? And I'm like, no, but then they took me under their wing, and it's been fantastic ever since.
My name is Elias Warren, and I'm a mass communications major at Colorado Mesa University with a minor in graphic design. I ended up making a short-form documentary on the drag scene in Grand Junction. It's a small but burgeoning scene that was one of the most interesting experiences of my life, really. I think it was the first thing that kind of turned me on to journalism in general.
I'm Sam Sanson. I grew up in Littleton, Colorado, and graduated from Colorado College in the spring with a major in film and media studies and a minor in journalism. I started a radio show on campus with one of my friends, and he listened to lots of NPR and got a chance to make some NPR-style stories. And it really clicked, and I realized that that was something I would be interested in.
Jill Rubin started dancing at hockey games with her mom, dad, and little brother growing up. She became a diehard fan. Cameramen took notice of her and put her on the Jumbotron. Now, Rubin is 39. She goes to almost every home game, sits in the same seat, and dances to the same song every third period. Strike It Up by Black Box.
To work in this field, you need to be able to produce great work, and it doesn't matter whether that's written work or photographic work, video work, graphics work, whatever it is. We really focus and weight most of the selection criteria on the work that's produced.
The first story that I reported was on our Mosaic office, which is a space for students to feel safe, especially students in the LGBTQ spectrum and anyone who doesn't feel like they really fit in on campus.
We had a burglary at the school, and I'm like, hey, that'd be good. So I called the newspaper, and they're like, sure, go ahead. And so next thing I knew, I was talking to the chief of police, writing this burglary story.
We need your expertise, we need your passion and enthusiasm, and we need your ability to tell the world stories.
Making our subjective truths come together to meet an objective truth, I think that is something that is ultimately what I want to strive for in my journalism career and my storytelling.
I learned how to ask thought-provoking questions in order to create a more compelling story.
It's in your best interests to question everything.
I think just the skill of asking questions and being willing to have honest conversations with people, to me, is something that I had to work on early on. I'm much more comfortable now inviting someone to sit down, having a conversation with them, asking questions.
The dishonest media, which has published one false story after another, with no sources, even though they pretend they have them, they make them up in many cases.
I see the term fake news and that the press is the enemy of the people. I think it's too broad of a brush to be painting the media with.
It breaks my heart because we have, this is so emotional for me. There are journalists getting ready to graduate from school who won't be able to find jobs because of it. And there's old journalists who've been working and they're gonna lose their jobs over it.
Anyone who thinks that media is the enemy doesn't realize that media is trying to report the truth, trying to be, the eyes and ears of the people.
I think that when people start to just distrust media as a whole, I definitely just get encouraged to create stories that will change people's minds.
Someone working today who I admire in journalism is Julie K. Brown at the Miami Herald. She cracked that whole case open again about Jeffrey Epstein.
When I was 9 years old, I saw a picture of an execution that was done in Saigon, 1968. The photo was done by Eddie Adams of the Associated Press. And it bothered me so bad, I asked my mom, how could someone just stand there and take a picture of something so horrific? My mom said, that's what journalists do. It's a hard job.
This award means a lot less trying to find money during the semester. It means that I can focus my energy on my studies more. And if my daughter needs help with her schoolwork, then I can help her too.
I was proud of the work I was doing, but I didn't really know if it was to the standard I should be at. But getting this award kind of was inner validation for me that yes, this is something that I should be doing. This is something that I clearly enjoy doing, something that I'm good at.
It's very inspiring and uplifting to know that someone's willing to give money to young professionals like myself to continue to pursue the importance of storytelling and that passion.
The selection committee was incredibly impressed with the quality of applications and the quality of the storytelling that we saw. It gives me a lot of hope that the student journalists that we have coming up through the ranks are going to be making an impact right away.
I would definitely want to thank Tyler and Dylan Nelson, my film advisor who helped me in the podcast process, and the journalism professors, Corey Hutchins and Stephen Hayward, my parents who paid for my college, and my twin sister who always looks over my projects.
I am a mother of 4, and all my kids are in their 20s. My youngest is 20. She's gonna have a baby in November, so I'll be a grandma. And they've been my biggest support. They let me read to them things that I've written.
My parents have been instrumental in helping me get through this, and the press club, they've been here, and my professors.
I would like to thank Stephen Fox, as I think he has inspired me greatly, and I strive to improve my work because of him. I would also like to thank my parents because they put up with a lot of me calling them on the phone and telling them I need some advice about this thing I wanted to write about.
For me, this award would not have been possible without the support and the mentorship from Dr. Lynn Schofield Clark at the University of Denver, Andrew Matrenga, and Dr. Lisa Martinez. Those are just 3 professors and 3 mentors in my life that really pushed me to be better, to do more.
I want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. Have always been so supportive of this path that I'm going down, and I've always been so excited to read my new story, see it in print. I want to thank again My editor at the Daily Camera, Julie Vossler Henderson, for just being a great mentor for me. I would like to thank Gil Azakawa at the CU Independent for being a great mentor. Just anyone who ever read an article or liked a tweet or a Facebook post.
I want to thank all of my supporters, of course, Jay and Sean. I'd like to extend that thank you to the rest of the faculty at UNC for being so supportive. Of course, my friends, but most importantly, I want to thank my family because they have been so unconditionally supportive of me. They never once told me what I was supposed to be. They've just been right behind me the whole time, cheering me on, and that's something I'm extremely grateful for.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your John C. Ensslin Memorial Scholarship winner. And your Damon Runyon Scholarship winners.